Hi guys, welcome to the E4 rated climb. Today we're climbing from 800 to 850 elo with the opening move E4. We're going to be playing in the center, playing really principled chess to try and allow for some instructive commentary for those of you that are trying to break 1000. So, they're hitting my pawn in the center, let's defend that pawn. And by the way guys, these people will be given their elo back at the end of this series. I'll tell chess.com that this is just for instructional purposes, you know. So here they take, gives them double pawns. If in doubt, we do that. And then if in doubt, castle. So I might write a list of like principles to follow if you're trying to break 1000. I think castling would definitely be on there, as well as just sort of taking the center. Now they're trying to, would they trap my bishop? If here takes, they're not actually going to trap my bishop. And I think if this hypothetical list I'm talking about, guys, development would be probably number 1 on that list. So let's develop. Maybe knight next. Generally, knights and bishops, then last you develop your queen. I wouldn't advise beginners to develop the queen too soon, because often you could put it on a bad square where it's vulnerable to attack. Maybe we're looking at going on this square though, then push. So if they got counterplay against my bishop, here take. Oh, they trapped my bishop there. I was thinking about this idea and pushing the pawn, attacking the knight and winning the rook. They move the knight, that's what I was thinking. But I should probably create a little cubby hole for my bishop to go in here. They're trying to undouble their pawns, which I think they're going to achieve. We'll recapture maybe with the knight. But even at this ranking, guys, I still do lose games. You know, I've still got massive time issues, so it's the test for myself as well. So this looks nice. Pressure on the rook. They take. We can take and hit the queen in between move and then recapture. But if queen recaptures, they might win a pawn out of that, actually. Yeah. We take straight away, they just win the bishop. So I think we have to throw in this in-between move. But actually, guys, do you see the issue? So they take, we take. And then I mentioned this in my video, top 10 tips to gain elo. Alignment issues. So let's see if this guy is aware of my tip. Just to plug another video there, guys. So, yeah, it doesn't take, very wise. Gets off the alignment issue. If takes, we bring the rook and win the queen. So this looks nice now, defending the pawn, threatening this. Threatening maybe something on this square, threatening the rook. So let's do a faux defense of the pawn, even though we're going to just push it. We're going to pretend we're interested in this pawn, and then we're going to push it and try and sneak their rook. But they've developed the bishop now. And see how development leads to good things. Like, there was this tactic, but since they developed, they've removed this tactic. The rooks are now connected, and they're happy. But I'm talking quite a lot. And what are we going to do here? Maybe I slide the queen out the way and then connect these pawns. Because at the minute, I don't want to be tying my queen and rooks down defending this e4 pawn. So let's maybe slide here in order to push this f3. So 1 minute left to close this game out. Very tight on time. Guys, what is that name? Racist Ravenel. Right, mate. So here, what did you think, by the way? Did you see the France game in the Euros, guys? Absolutely. I was a bit sad to see France leave, if I'm honest. The quality of players they had, but yeah. So if we take, we get mated. Check, mate. Great move. But if this takes, just a free pawn. But I see what they were going for. Trying to set up a little tactic there. If takes, now we are just, and because he's low on time, he's probably going to trade down, not knowing what else to do. But now we connect the pawns and we are up a cheeky little pawn here. And now we're going to win this one because we can just bring the king. So pushing the pawn to open up the path for the king. Then here. Hitting the rook, hitting the pawn. Let's see if they want to trade down. And this should be a lot of pre-moves from here. We can just start bringing the king. And then push this b-pawn. Push in Barry. Alright, here we go. This pawn is coming. And they are too slow. Push this, because if they take, we get this. Cheeky little one at the end there, guys. So again, another e4 game. I hope you're getting sort of the principles that I'm trying to talk about, guys, in this series. So just developing nice and easy, protect the center, and then get the other bishop out. If here, we've got to think about tempo a little bit as well. If here, they could tempo my bishop. So here, and I think we're okay. Get the final piece out, and then we're just going to castle. The only other thing we need to be wary about is maybe this pin can be a little bit uncomfortable. So let's just take a little bit of space, prevent this pin. And now, last stage of development, lift the queen, and then connect the rooks in the center. Centralize the rooks. And then we're looking at maybe a pawn break in the center to take some space and try and make something happen in the middle game. So this knight isn't actually doing much. Not really attacking anything. So if takes, we get this hitting the knight. Or just this straight up hit the knight. Don't see why not. But if takes, they maybe gain some tempo against my knight in that situation. So I'm going to do it this way for the sake of tempo. Because now, if our knight was on this square, maybe they'd push and gain tempo on me. But as it was, I pushed and gained tempo on them. So can we break in the center? If takes, here, we can. Would it leave us with a bit of an isolated pawn? I almost always go for this little reroute. Putting the knight there and then pushing this f pawn out in order to just take some space. And open up the rook, guys. Crucially. Did we take the bishop? I think so. And now we can pop the knight back out. Not here though, because they've got quite a lot of pressure on this square. They'd win a pawn. So if we just slide back with a bishop. Are they going to get this square with the knight though? Do we want to give them that? What if we just get active with our knight and give up the bishop here? Even recapture. I don't really want to slide back and just give them this square because we have to move the rook. They get some tempo. They maybe bring the queen in somehow. I'm going to go like this and play for activity with just 1 minute left. And activity is more important, guys. Oh, they've got this. With the less time there is on the clock, the more important activity is. I'm threatening this though. Could win a rook. Here. This hits the queen. This puts pressure here. I don't know, guys. Right, so if we take, and then this. I actually think we have got to play this a little bit safe. Just hit the queen. And now they can't take here. Or we'd grab the queen. So, yeah, just sort of neglecting the fact this dark square bishop has a lot of activity on this diagonal, and it's leading to maybe me dropping that pawn in some lines. What about this move, pinning? That looks nasty. I'm just going to push a pawn just so this dark square bishop doesn't have anything. But maybe they're going to reroute it here now. Right, so we've got this move. Do we trade? Put rook there for just... It's a move, isn't it? It's a move. Got 30 seconds left. I've just got to start playing moves. And now we've got a big center. But it's not clear where we're going to really attack. We close things off, I don't know. This? It's a cheeky check there. I'm not really loving my position, guys. I need to get this other knight into the game. It's my only piece that's not functioning. I could slam it on this square. This knight is suppressed. 23 seconds. Need to up the tempo now. Getting ready. Just hovering, guys. Hovering is a cheeky little tactic. Just get the piece ready to move. Push back. Not even calculating there. Just put it back. Should be safe. Now we can recapture with the other knight. That damages their structure. And maybe this. Pinning. And this. Going for some sort of mate. And then maybe this, adding pressure to that piece. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Does it? We got this. They take. We got an in-between move? Not really. I don't know what I've got here, guys. We're up. What are we up? A pawn. Oh, God. They get my pawn, I get theirs. Wrong pawn. They're going for the wrong pawn. We're going to start pre-moving. Got to. Just got to. Pushing this. Okay. They maybe take my pawn. Oh, we grab this. Oh, and we've run out of time, guys. Go there. Okay, now we're pushing these guys. And this guy actually knows how to pre-move. And we're going to push. No, we lost attack. Oh. Oh. Alright, so we're still playing in the center, we're playing principled. So I think we still learned stuff in that game. I know at the end we lost on time, but we got a nice little, pretty nice position. The guy didn't make too many mistakes, I don't think. But just trying to follow these rules. I know sometimes I'm not playing the best moves, just trying to play solid. Get my pieces out. Get out of this pin. Just playing a little bit quicker now. And then we're going to kick this maybe. Lift the queen somewhere. Like this. Maybe we can set up a mate on this square. Here. Do we drop a piece? No, we don't. We're alright. We get this. Got pressure here. Going for this. Maybe I'm playing a little bit too quick. Pressure on this square. They try and counter that. So I'm going to send this pawn flying, try and open things up. They attack my strong bishop, but if I take towards the center, I get another pawn involved in the attack, and this is coming. Okay, that gives me an open rook. Hitting the bishop. We wanted to play this anyway, and now we're getting to play it with tempo against the bishop. We wanted to open things up like this. So here. Okay, so we're just maintaining this pin on the pawn. Trying to take here. If this, does it help? I think it does. Maybe we can go here and set up a mate here. Constantly creating threats, guys. Maybe this is an okay move to kick the knight. But then I'd get this fork. So we're just setting up a mate threat. Which they don't see. You don't shoot, you don't score, guys. Set up threats at this level. Even if it's, you know, fairly simple mate threats like that. They've got to respond to it. You'll be in a good place. So, I wasn't supposed to be playing Sicilian, was I? But this is nice. It takes the center. All right. And then we're just going to play from there. Play the principles out. This is hit. We just block. I know it looks like white has some pressure on us here, but we're fine. And this just defends the knight. So now this is awkward pin, but we're going to gain some tempo back on white with these pawn moves. Here. push that bishop all the way back and maybe trap it. So white should actually just exchange the bishop for the knight here, which they do without prompting. I'm going to take with the pawn just to give us an open rook. Normally you'd keep your pawn structure undoubled, but in this case I'm going to try this out like that. And I didn't want to move the queen away from the defense of this bishop. It's nice to have a bit of extra coverage here if ever they castle and line a rook up there. So here it just looks a bit annoying. Maybe they have to jump to the center. Although they are threatening this. It takes, we cannot recapture. So do we push? No. If this though, sort of pinning the knight, they capture, we take the queen and then we're out. The bishop is no longer pinned and then we can capture the pawn there. So now if takes, we have to take back because it is check. So if this and takes, it's whether we can hold on to this pawn on e6. You know, rook here. I don't think we can. So I'm going to just take with the queen. Keep the queens on the board. And then maybe go for something like that. Whoops. That's a misclick, guys. I was just going to say maybe this to protect the bishop, but it's a little bit awkward. But fine. I think this castle. Yeah. So I like that bishop because I was going to go for mate threats like this as well. But we get this. We line up with the king. And yeah, this is not good. I don't know what we've got here. Take that. I don't know. Check. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable. Oh no. Oh no. Their only move is to put the rook there. Oh. Well, that was a little cheeky one. I messed up there. Let's see where I went wrong, because I do play that line sometimes. Yeah, it was fine. This is all what I normally play. And then I think actually this move with the pawn wasn't that good. Because this was a threat and I didn't realize that at the time. I was saying to take with the bishop. Okay. Oh yeah, it was a misclick, wasn't it? But here they'd completely won, because after this, I mean, they just go check here. Isn't this somehow over? This. Where's the next check? Oh, maybe I am okay. What's the best move here? And then we get that. But then they block. Okay, back to the games. So we misclicked, but then look, we got a bit lucky to get the game back. But we're not going to play for Sicilian. We're going to play in the center. Play solid. Need about 2 more wins to achieve that target rating, guys. For this part of the climb. Was it 800 to 850? Let's see. They're not going. That's a bot. We don't have time for this. Okay. E4. Knight out. And let's play an Italian. Oh, we got something even spicier than that. Got like a Staffordy position. So if this... I used to win a lot of games like this in the past. They normally go queen here. Yeah, because if they play that... Don't they just lose? Wait. How do they lose again? This... I mean, this was winning. This here, this, take the rook. Also this, check. Wins a pawn. But isn't there something like hit the queen, they take, we take? No, not quite in this line, is it? But we've got this anyway. Very nice, very pleasant. Pre-move that. And then we love capturing this rook, which we can now do with check. Oh god. Or is there anything better? Can we win the queen? No. We win the rook with check. And is that just mate? Can they go to this square? If here, I think they would have escaped, but this is just mate, isn't it? So yeah, that line, it's just a very tactical line. Whenever there's this position, guys, hairs on the back of your neck should be standing up. Be aware, there's always going to be tactics on both sides. So yeah, playing in the center, they play a queen's gambit, so I'm going to give them this pawn and try and recapture with the knight. So if I take, if takes and I take with the queen, they've always got this pressure. They can develop the knight and hit the queen. Not optimal. So now let's just reinforce the center. Get this dark square bishop out. Similar setup as we've seen. So if take, we double their pawns. And actually can, against the queen's gambit, guys, if you can take this and hold on to it, it's very good. They take my queen and stop my castling rights. I don't fancy it. I could push though. If I kick their knight, they can go here, here, back. The knight isn't very good. This and they ruin my castling rights. Can I even hold on to the pawn? I don't think it's worth it. I think this looked best. And then maybe kick the knight again. 2 minutes left, right. Trying to be aware of my time issues, guys. Hope you're all doing well, by the way. Leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Let me know what your favorite playlist is, what I do as well. I'm always looking for feedback, like which playlist I should spend more time doing. I think last time people said they wanted me to play more 10-minute games on chess.com, but I just get, whenever I'm tired, I just don't want to do it, you know. I'll just lose rating if I'm tired. So there's like only a couple of times a day where I'm good enough mentally to be playing at my actual standard. So if this takes, I'll just hit the knight. Yeah, I'm just very aware of at what point in the day I'm going to play my best chess, you know, like, am I hungry, am I tired, all that stuff. So their knight is now bad. Makes me very happy. We can't push. Oh, we can actually push, but I don't know how we'd hold on to this pawn. It's not reinforceable. If this though, I'd rather just get castled. So takes. Okay, I'm just going to take for the sake of tempo. I'm not really sure what to do there, so in doubt, tempo is quite nice. Let's just develop the last piece. Maybe I could have got a bit more of an advantage there, but so this could hit the queen. Probably just take. I'm going to take with the knight, centralize the knight, because if take with the pawn, I don't know how I'm ever going to reinforce that pawn. Check, attacking the queen. Check, attacking the queen. Doesn't quite work. But if we put a rook there, it would work. Would it? No. No, it still wouldn't. This, though, still looks nice because it hits the queen after. Let Bosh, and then maybe go after this pawn. Maybe they defend like this. Okay, so we double the rooks. And even though we're even on material, guys, we've got all the activity in the position. Triple up. So they're covering this square really well. I could just I could take this for a start, cash in on my positional advantage, or I could go for more of an advantage. Oh god, I'm talking too much. Like that, and get the rooks in like this. Hopefully, go for a quick mate. Win this little cheeky pawn. We might lose this pawn, but then we'd mate them. We're going to get a check. This. Oh, this. We've hung mate. With 11 seconds to go. Yeah, so time issues showing there, guys. I know I'm using way too much time at the beginning trying to be instructive, and then at the end I'm sort of scrambling. So yeah, getting the pieces out like this. Maybe I'll just publish this anyway, despite the time losses. I think it's still instructive. So here, this hits the queen. Get castled. Connect the rooks. Centralize the rooks. Bang. Back. Do we sack? I don't see the point. I don't really mind about this. Maybe we push a pawn and create a cubby hole for the bishop. But first, let's just centralize the rooks, and we're ready to break in the center. Bring queen here to cover this knight. We don't want them taking damage my structure. It's a queen. We take those at this level, guys. Always ready for the mistakes. This just takes lead into the fork. I mean, this damages the structure. Then we get a rook and a knight for the queen. And then I guess we've got a little end game to show out here. How do we win this? We target the pawn weaknesses. And they're targeting mine. So we're going to get the rooks like this. And let's not hang mate. Actually, we played this really badly. We should have defended these. Let's not hang mate, though. We got two rooks. We're going to go after their king. At that, they're going to try push these pawns, but I think we should just mate them. I can see the little eval bar in my head, like, swinging a little bit, but pretty much leading to me mating them, I think. Does that sound a bit mental, guys? I've got an eval bar in my head. Right. We got like that. And then we're just trying to... Would this be mate? I think that would be mate. King completely cut off. Maybe they played this themselves. That's a very nice mate, isn't it? Okay, so we need like 2 more wins and then we'll call this video there. Thinking speed, right? We're gonna... We do scout. No, we're gonna play very symmetrical. All right, very solid. Gonna defend this central pawn because I think it's the biggest thing with people at this level, just like how to get out the opening and get an okay position. So we're gonna take on the doubled pawns. So that's why I'm trying to spend a bit more time in the opening. Developing the knight. Step out of this pin, the bishop. Even take here and just get a massive center and castle queenside and launch a nasty little attack. I think so, guys. You can tell by the tone of my voice I'm going to do it, can't you? This looks very naughty. So they should start pushing these pawns now. Opposite side castling situation. So this looks nice. We're just going to send this pawn. And now we've induced a weakness. Let's push one more just so the queen can't take, but then we're going to bring this rook. We get to do so with tempo. They can't do that. They had to. You've got to start counterattacking. The worst thing you can do is send your own pieces into the line of fire for your opponent to develop with tempo and crack your position apart. So now we want to create pawn breaks towards their king. Open things up, takes. We get rid of a double pawn. And then we want to restrict this queen. Yeah, they take. How do we do this? Do we even push here? I think we can, you know. That looks horrible. Can't take here because of this. They go back. They get this. Us expanding with tempo. But they're targeting this pawn twice. And this pawn twice. So have we messed up? If this, they get to exchange queens, which actually, yeah, that move is very strong with this knight. What if we just attack the queen, though? They take, we take. I don't like it. Can we add some defense to one of these pawns? We nearly played the perfect attacking game there, guys. Either way, I'm going to break through here. I didn't want them taking here with the queen and you know, forcing a trade of the queens. So they're hitting my bishop. Do I care? I want to keep pieces on the board. Let's solidify everything with this bishop move. Then we're going to slide queen across and go for that. Would I bring the knight and cause some danger? Maybe just doubling the rooks here. Like that. Creating, I think it's called Alekhine's gun, where you have 2 rooks and a queen all doubled up together. And there's just going to be too much pressure on this square, isn't there? And that king move is not it. That's not going to deal with this issue, moving the king. They might have to play pawn up. So this, takes, king takes. So we do need another attacker. So like that, hitting the queen, trying to remove one of the fenders. And we can start doing reckless stuff now, guys, because if here we can get this. Because if takes, we go bang. Takes, we get the queen. It's now Bosch. They can't take as a mate. So we've given up a knight to get this sort of position. How do we mate them? I don't know. I don't know. We've got the rook, though. We've got 13 seconds left. I hope that was instructive, guys, and hopefully I don't mess this up on time. Oh, and we get that. There we go. Ooh, all right, last one. 800 to 850. Let's go. Playing in the center. Let's not mess up this last game, guys. Come on. I'm in the flow of it now. Getting a feel for the speed. Getting a Ruy Lopez. We defend the center. So you can just replicate this every game, guys. It was in that video I did, like how to gain elo. Just learn like a couple of like one opening for white, one for black, and just repeat it. Or you can't do it as much with black because they can throw all sorts at you. But when you're white, you can just learn one opening really well and get familiar with it. Probably the best way to like improve. But you just want to have fun, and that's, you know, just play different openings. Fair enough. So we kick this knight. Maybe get this out. Same thing again, guys. Connecting the rooks in the center. We've got a plan. Step by step. Final stage, centralize. So this can hit the queen. Tempo is always nice. And they're going for some sort of weird attack here. Maybe they're trying to get to this square. That's unfortunate, isn't it? We've almost got like a check. If we had a check and this square was defended, that would win the queen, but we've still got this fork, winning a rook. And it's pretty gorgeous as well, because of the bishop interacting. So maybe we can get here and escape. They go for the sacrifice. Okay, I'm a bit scared, but because that reveals the attack on the bad boy knight. And then, so now I'm a bit scared. We've got to watch out for queen coming in, but knight does cover and queen covers. So we want to get the rooks involved. That's for sure. Maybe like this. Queen still covers this square. This, bring a rook, and then we're going to turn the tables. We're going to use this open file to our advantage, guys. I don't know what they're doing. This isn't a king-queen fork. They want to take the bishop. That just opens up things for me. The reason I'm saying about opening things up, guys, is because they're trying to attack us. So the more open the position becomes, the more I'm able to mobilize my pieces into the defense. That's my thinking anyway. So this hits the queen, proves the knight. And now they're pinning the knight. So to reinstate the activity of this beautiful knight, I'm going to step out of the pin. And then maybe does this create an alignment issue? Can move the knight with check and hopefully win the queen would be nice. Maybe I can double the rooks here. Similar to last game, guys. It's a really simple plan to follow. Just find the open file, double the rooks on it, and just apply pressure there. So I could nab this pawn, because maybe that would be an attack on the queen. If this... check would win the queen. Oh, I need to defend this square. So here would set up this tactic. Check, winning the queen. Although, it would take me back. I'd be up enough material to win it, right? And that just doesn't work. There's two defenders. Yeah. So they just needed to counterattack as defenders. 1-2, and I've got 1-2. And because they take first, I take them first. So, yeah. So like and subscribe, guys. I hope that helps you, giving you a real step-by-step instructions of what to do if you're at this sort of sub 1000 rating range. How to get out the open and improve your pieces and proceed through the middle game, doubling your rooks on the open file towards the end game, and yeah, applying pressure like that. So, cheers, guys. Bye.